EbunuEbunu Happy Sunday and a very warm welcome to my channel. So we are almost at the end of Ghana month, and today I'm super excited to share one of Ghana's best soups with you. It's super easy to make, and trust me, you're gonna love it. So if you haven't tried this yet, then this is the perfect time. Just watch this recipe as I take you through it step by step. Sit back, relax, and then enjoy. Thank you. I'll start by placing my pot on fire and I'll add my perfectly clean cow foot. Then I'll pour in some water and let this cook for about 25 minutes before we start building the base for the soup. I'll check on it 15 minutes prior, and after 25 minutes on fire, our cow foot is cooked to perfection. Once I'm done, I'll just set it aside and move on to the next stage. Thing to do is to add some perfectly clean goat meat to the pot, followed by some tripe, crabs, and then my cow foot, the one I just cooked earlier. I'll then add some beef and some charcoal roasted goat meat, and I'll pour in the stock water from cooking the cow foot just to add some extra flavor. Once everything is in, I'll then add some pepper mix. The pepper mix consists of ginger, garlic, onion, and more. So I added 2 ladles of that, and when I'm done, I'll add some diced onion, some herbs and spice blend to taste. So at this stage, you can just add your preferred seasoning and that's okay. When I'm done, I'll just mix everything till it combine, I would say. Then I'll finish it off with a pinch of salt. When I'm done, I'll just cover the pot and let it steam for about 30 minutes. Yeah. So moving on, I'll add 2 Aidan fruits to the fire to roast. Aidan fruit is also known as Prekese, and I'm just doing this just to bring out their rich flavors, and once I'm done, I'll just set it aside. The next thing to do will be to soak my spinach in vinegar water to remove excess dirt. Now I'll place my pot on fire and add some turkey berries and pepper, then pour in some water and allow this to cook. I'll cover and allow this to cook. If you are using Kontomire, that's cocoyam leaves, it's best to add them in the pepper and cook. And if you're using snails, you can also add them to the pepper and cook as well. You really need that flavor to come through. So once I'm done, I'll gradually add my spinach bit by bit until everything is in. You realize I didn't add it to the pepper because it was too much. I want it to overpower the pepper and turkey berries. So I'll let this cook for roughly 10 minutes. And after 30 minutes on fire, our meat is perfectly cooked. I'll give it a quick stir and then I'll cover and blend the pepper and turkey berries I cooked earlier. I'm blending it until it's smooth. Once I'm done, I'll add the blended mix to the perfectly cooked meat, and I'm straining it carefully just to ensure there is no chaff or no chaff gets into the soup. I'll then add extra water to help set the soup up. Here you are wondering why I didn't add as much water like I usually do in my soup recipes. Don't worry, keep watching, you find out why. The thing to take note is EbunuEbunu doesn't require tomato paste, so make sure you skip that part. It's really important. The next thing to do will be to add some onions and medium-sized fresh tomatoes. So I used 3 onions and 3 medium-sized tomatoes. I will also add the Prekese I roasted earlier and give it a quick stir, and I'll let this cook on medium heat for about 25 minutes. After 25 minutes on fire, I'll just remove the tomatoes and onions and I'll be blending them until it's smooth and set them aside. If you're here and still watching, thank you so much. I truly appreciate your love and support. Also, a very warm welcome to all the new faces here. My name is Helen. Just stick around because I bake and I also share easy recipes that I know you love. So just stick around, like, subscribe, and share this video to help it reach a wider audience. Once the tomatoes are done blending, I will just add them back to the soup. When I'm done, I will rinse the blender with little amount of water just to get every bit of that flavor, and I'll stir until everything mixes up beautifully, just like you've seen in the video. Moving on, I'll also add some mushrooms and give it a quick stir. And the mushrooms is actually optional, but I do recommend. I'll let this cook on medium heat for about 20 to 25 minutes while I move on to blend the spinach. I'm gradually adding the spinach because it's quite a lot, and you need to make sure you add the water from the spinach or your cocoyam leaves because you don't want to waste it. Instead you wasting it, the water from the spinach or kontomire is actually packed with lots of flavors you don't want to miss. After a quick blend, I'll pour the spinach into the soup because it's been 30 minutes roughly. And when I'm done, I'll just rinse the blender with just little amounts of water. Charlie, give everything a good stir until it's well combined. You know what I mean? Adding the spinach, I realized that the soup was a bit thick, and I added extra water to help loosen it up. If I still feel it's a bit too thick, I'll just continue on adding a little amount of water until I'm okay with the outcome. I also tossed in some Adwene I had in the freezer, and I used like 3 to 4 pieces. The soup is looking good already, and the reason why I added the spinach at the last stage because you need to properly cook down the soup before adding the spinach. And once the spinach goes in, or once the kontomire goes in, you let it sit for about, or you let it cook for about 20-25 minutes, and then you're good. I added a little bit of water once more because it was still thick, and I stirred it again, and I let it simmer gently on medium heat for about 25 to 30 minutes, or let's say 35 minutes roughly. 25 minutes prior, the last thing to add was my smoked mackerel, and I added it last because you know it's perfectly cooked, so I just added it last, and that's it. The 35 minutes of adding our spinach, EbunuEbunu is cooked to perfection with an amazing, rich, clean, and flavorful outcome. Trust me, it's very easy to make, and you're gonna love it. Video result, so you can see I had mine with some hot and soft fufu. Thank you so much for taking time to watch till the very end. I truly appreciate your love and support. Please don't forget to follow us on all socials at Upclose with Abena. And when you try this recipe, please leave a feedback. We'll be glad to know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll see you in my next video with another tasty Ghanaian recipe. Don't forget to check out other amazing recipes on the channel, especially the ones I shared this month. Have a blissful week. Bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.